There's a bug on my window. I'm hoping it's on the outside. Hello everybody, welcome back. If you have not been here before, my name is Debbie. I read a lot of books. Today I have a little short story for you. It's by Laura Jane Williams. It's called The Wrong Suitcase, and the time to listen to it was 1 hour and 23 minutes. Obviously, I did this in a day. Well, less than a day. I did it in an hour. Well, actually, it would have been shorter than 1 hour and 23 minutes for me because I usually listen to books on like 1.5, 1 3/4 speed, sometimes double speed, depending on how quickly I am processing in that moment. Yeah. So this one is actually read by Laura Jane Williams herself. So it was so much fun to hear it through her voice. I've never heard her real voice before. I'll get just straight in with that blurb for you. When you lose your luggage, the last thing you expect is to find love. As she touches down in Italy, Izzy couldn't be more excited. She's needed a reason to let her hair down, and she knows that the wedding of the year in a lavish Tuscan castle will be just the ticket. On the morning of his best friend's wedding, everything is going wrong for Sam, and when he finally reaches the hotel and unzips his luggage, his day goes from bad to worse. Izzy has a case full of men's shirts and chinos. Sam has a case full of makeup palettes and bikinis. But a fateful meeting to switch their bags back with the start of something special, because in losing their luggage, they're about to find each other. Sometimes you're in the mood for a bit of cheese, and this was just the ticket for me. It's advertised as a feel-good romantic comedy novella perfect for Valentine's Day. I read this end of Feb, I think, because I'm in March now, and you're probably watching this in April. Oh my god, there's a new TM Logan. This is me getting really distracted by the other books I can see in front of me on this app. App's reserved. It comes out in October. No, it's going to be a way away. Anyway, back to The Wrong Suitcase. Yeah, this was just hilarious, but I must admit there were points when I was more on Sam's side than I was on Izzy's side, because when Izzy gets the wrong suitcase delivered to her room, she talks with the person on reception. It's just like, look, wrong suitcase, you know, is there anybody else in the hotel that you're aware of that has had any, and there's a similar issue to me because there's a good chance that we have the wrong suitcase. The thing is, their suitcases are identical, and they also have the same passcode, coincidentally, to get into the suitcase. You know, when you've got like a lock on it and you have to put in a number, they coincidentally have exactly the same numbers to get into the suitcase. It's like the most extreme coincidence you've ever heard of in your life, and I did not question it. It was just like, I picked this for a reason, I wanted the cheese, and I got the cheese. I feel like I'm Gromit. I need cheese, Gromit.
That's it, cheese.
So, in the process, you also get the point of view. It's basically, you've got the two voices, which are Izzy and Sam, voiced by the same person all the way through. Laura Jane Williams narrating the whole thing. And, yeah, so when Sam calls down and says, do you know of anybody who appears to have gotten the wrong suitcase? Has anybody called down? They're just like, we keep trying the room, and there's no answer. Sam is there for her best friend's wedding. Is she a bridesmaid, or is she just a guest? I'm sure she's a bridesmaid, and she ends up just wearing a different dress, and somebody else gives her some heels to wear. Sam ends up just wearing a shirt and tie, which he manages to beg, borrow and steal off somebody else that he meets when he's trying to track down his suitcase. Because when he finally gets told the room number for the person who has his suitcase, he goes up, knocks on the door several times, there's no answer because she has gone to the bride's room to get ready for the wedding, and so it's the person that stayed opposite her, I think, that he ends up in their room, and he's just like, do you have a tie? Do you have a shirt I can borrow? Do you have a tie or something? And like, do you have a pair of trousers, all this? He only ends up getting a shirt. I want to say he ends up with a tie as well, but he basically goes to the wedding just in a shirt and a tie and just his boxers. It's like, if I went to a wedding like that, I think I would be chatting to that person all night. It would just be like a continuous joke, which it is kind of in the first part of this book. And I just say, I haven't even gotten into half of it. But the thing that really did annoy me though, is that when the suitcases finally get rectified, I say rectified, half of it gets rectified, because he leaves her suitcase outside of the room when he goes to scrounge a t-shirt. When he comes back out of the room, her suitcase is gone and nothing has been left outside. And I was just there going, why? Why did she do it? Why, when the correct suitcase has been put outside of your room, Why did she not put his suitcase in its place? That is the thing that drove me mad, that she did not think to put the suitcase outside of her room. Because if the suitcase has been put outside of her room and she still has his suitcase, why did she not swap it? Oh my god, it really annoyed me. It really annoyed me. This is why I was more on his side than I was on hers, because I was just like, really, girl, use your noggin. The suitcase is outside of your room, the correct one, and you know that his suitcase is still in your room. Why would you not, when you get your suitcase, put his suitcase outside of the room? Because the reason it's been left outside of the room is because she wasn't in it. Was somebody looking for just a bit of cheese? I don't know why that annoyed me so much. I know it's to add to the drama and the fact that he ended up having to do the best man speech in a t-shirt and boxers. And it also ends up for the meet cute when they finally meet and he's like, oh, she's beautiful. And then they realise who each other are. But yeah, that whole thing with the suitcase really drove me mad. But as you see them getting to know each other, it was just like, okay, I feel this slightly makes up for how annoyed I was. But as you can see, it still annoys me. Oh, that was the only little thing about this book that bothered me. The fact that she didn't replace the suitcase when she took hers. Yeah. But other than that, it is funny. As I said, it's slightly frustrating if you cotton onto the bit that I did. But ultimately, it's the cheesy rom-com that we need. There's nothing really much else to say, I think. Otherwise, you just need to read it. As I said, it's only an hour and 23 minutes long. So, yeah, Laura Jane Williams, The Wrong Suitcase. This would be like a really cute, just made-for-TV thing. I think it would really lend itself to just like a little made-for-TV rom-com. It was cute, it was funny, it was lovely, it was sweet. Tugs at your heartstrings. But, oh God, it frustrated me so much that she did not put his suitcase back out into the corridor. Yeah, The Wrong Suitcase, Laura Jane Williams. I did enjoy it. I genuinely enjoyed it. I listened to it on a lunch break at work because I get an hour for lunch, and when you listen to this book slightly sped up, obviously, it did not take my full lunch break to listen to this when I was listening to it on a quicker speed. Right place, right man, The Wrong Suitcase. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to tune in for moving vlogs and Series Sunday videos. As of today of filming this, my electrics are pretty much done. I think there's only one or two things that the electrician is sorting out, and we are just waiting on the plumber's availability to sort out the plumber, and then we'll be calling the kitchen guy to come install my kitchen. The fitter. Still looking at that bag on my window. Anyway. But yeah, so thank you, and I will see you next time with another video.